Alright guys, so we're back with another video again. As you can tell, I have a partially cut yard. That is due to that. The Troy-Bilt decided to snag a little bump in the ground, stopping the blades, and then it ultimately chewed up the belt pretty good. It basically jumped the belt off the pulleys. I already did it. I just now thought about it when I was looking at the belt. I can go through a quick little video on how to replace this puppy for you guys, along with the belt orientation. When you do this, you're gonna have to throw the deck down to one, that we have some extra space. You're gonna have to pull off both belt guards. I pulled off both guards and then all 3 nuts, so 6 nuts total, or bolts, with a 10mm socket. These basically guard the main pulleys, and then you have the 2 idler pulleys in the middle. Once you get those 2 off, you'll have the belt exposed. We'll get down here to the setup. So the way this belt is going to run, it's going to run up around the engine pulley, come back, wrap around these little idler pulleys on both sides, loop around these main pulleys, and then run straight through the back like this. This is a new belt. This has a decent slack in it. Once the blades are engaged, it stiffens right up. This is an OEM belt, so this is from Troy-Bilt for this mower. Even though it does seem a little sloppy, it is meant for this. I could probably change this little finger right here back a little bit so it doesn't sway off, but the way it's positioned, it is holding it on pretty fairly good, and it shouldn't come off. Just to give you guys a heads up, these fingers on both idler pulleys keep this belt on, because as you can tell, it is loose, but once that blade engages, it tightens everything up. Let me show you quick. I'll throw down the mower lever to engage the blades, and as you can see, everything tightens right back up. So that's the reason for the slack. But this is going to be the belt orientation. What I ended up having to do was loosen these nuts off, so I went underneath and grabbed the bottom of the head of that bolt for these idler pulleys with just a standard vice grip to get in there and just grab onto it so I can hold it in place. The top of the nut here was going to be a 9/16 socket. You could go with a small one because you do run out of space up top, but I was able to get in there with a deep well socket and a 3/8 drive ratchet, full size ratchet at that, so that was good. Like I said, with these 3 bolts on the belt guards, it's going to be 3/10s on both sides. Same thing with both idler pulleys. It's going to be 9/16 up top on both pulleys, that one and this one. To unhook this little piece, the back of it over there, as you can see, it basically has like preset slots you can go in. You got like the first hole, second hole, third hole. I'm over there in the middle hole. Basically you plug that end in, it literally just pops in the hole, and then you basically bring it up around, and then you got a bolt up in there. Not sure if you can see it or not, but there's a bolt up in there, and that is going to end up being a 13, which literally pops out right next to your oil drain. It's that little guy right there. Go ahead and take that all the way out. It has a bolt and a washer on the top to plug it up, so it basically just hangs. It swings in place. That's honestly going to be it. Let me get the belt number for you guys, that way you guys can replace it if you need to. Alright, so here is going to be the belt package for it for you guys. It's a 42-inch, 106.7 centimeters. That's going to be the actual part number from Troy-Bilt. Hold that up there for you guys. Now you guys get to see it. Like I said, Troy-Bilt, 42-inch. You can even have the pulley set up for it. Like I said, it literally runs straight across the back, around those 2 blade pulleys, loops around like a C around the idler pulleys, and then jumps right into the engine pulley. But like I said, this was $45 from Tractor Supply, so there you go, new belt. As you can see, I still got the little mini garden going. It's not too bad. The grapes are doing alright. Corn's definitely doing good. Got some thick boy corn, and the strawberries, if the slugs quit touching them. But But yeah, like I said, this is all you're gonna really need to do this job. It does suck that I had to do it because, like I said, I was already like part way through mowing. So now it's been like 2-3 days since I had the belt off. And now I'm just gonna remow everything because honestly, it did rain like for a day, day and a half, and we all know how fast grass grows. So I'll just go through and make some more passes with it, just break the belt in. But so just give you guys a heads up, if this does happen to you on your Troy-Bilt, that's the way to do it. Easy peasy. Throw that up there for now. So if you guys do need to replace your Troy-Bilt 42-inch, this is one of the Broncos. I imagine it works for all the 42s from Troy-Bilt because they usually use the same part numbers and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's a fairly straightforward process. It just sucks having to do it. Also, you can get these off Amazon if you do. Like one of mine is starting to chip on the edge. Right there. These guards actually help hold the belt on. All these little guards that they have help hold these belts on because you guys saw how much slack is in this belt. If you do break this or a piece of this breaks off, I would suggest hitting Amazon up and grabbing a pair of these. They're universal. This side will go on there, that side will go on here. It doesn't matter. These are like I said, they're basically universal pieces. And last I checked, Amazon had a set of these for 20 bucks. I think it was either black or red was your color options. Obviously, I mean, you can go red to match the body on the Troy-Bilt or however you like. But like I said, definitely have these in place. That way the belt is held. Same thing with that one, and then same thing with those little fingers on the idler pulley. Also, to touch base, there's a little lever right here that holds the back end of this belt on. And as you can see, I'm gonna get back in there. Mine, it moves a little bit. You can literally just slightly push it out of the way. That way it's not basically dragging up on the belt. Just push it out and then it'll basically just move. But honestly, that's gonna be it. And as you can see, I already did. I did run it a little bit to see, so it did have some drag marks on it, but it does work good. But just to give you guys a heads up, it could have been a little bit better for a video if I actually did it when I made the video when I was doing it. But figured this is an easier option. Plus, I didn't even think about it until the end when I saw the belt laying there. But yeah, guys, have any questions? Go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Like always, if you like the video, leave a like. There's going to be more coming for this, I'm assuming, since that happened out of the blue. Obviously, we've got more coming for the Civic, the SVX, good old EG hatch. Yeah, I do some bike stuff every now and then. This thing, we're just waiting for the wheels to come back from powder coat so we can get the tires mounted. Get this thing out of here because, as you can tell, this thing is dirty. That's going to be it. If you guys like the videos, like always, like I said before, please leave a like. And we are trying to grow the channel, guys, so please share the content, so I can get this thing. It'll help me get this thing B-swapped. Probably going with the B18C1 engine in this with boost. This thing I'm just going to leave alone, maybe just clean it up a little bit here and there, and manual swap down the road. This one, plans for this in the future is a supercharger and cams. And then the Genesis should be back, hopefully, within the next month and a half to 2 months. Hopefully. I'm planning for like mid-June, early July. So in the meantime, I basically just do some gardening. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.